So good morning guys, and welcome back for another video, and a bit of a different location, and an impromptu visit back to my home here in the UK, down in beautiful Cornwall, just out on the cliffs, very early this morning. Just literally, it's now kind of 20 to 6, so a really good time to be up. Lovely bit of light coming up, birds are singing everywhere, absolutely gorgeous, and there's some ravens on an outcrop of rocks there, two of them in their favourite spot where they always are. And yeah, I'm just gonna have a trek along the cliffs today for the morning, so 4 or 5 hours, and see if we can catch up with the resident peregrines, kestrels, and any other smaller bird species as well, breeding stonechats and all manner of other migrant species as well. But I'm just going to get out, enjoy. Got nice and light today, got the R3 and the 1-5, and that's it. Travelling light back to the UK this time, no big lenses with me, so just going to enjoy time on the coast and just take in all that beautiful nature, and especially here at home, which I always miss. Yeah, especially at this time of the year. So yeah, get on, have a look along the cliffs, see if we can get some great birds. So I've already seen, just in the distance there in the field, is a roe deer buck in there, and there's a young female in the field too, and I've seen my resident buzzard on a nice outcrop of rocks already, which is just behind me here. If you can see where the sun is, I don't know if you can see just there, buzzard sitting on there, absolutely stunning. So bodes well really, just 10 minutes out of the car park and here we are. But just soaking up this beautiful scenery. Oh, it's so quiet. You can see some gannets out at sea as well, absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I miss home. This is so beautiful. So I never take where I live for granted, and when I come back I love it even more. My son said to me yesterday, he's like, "Daddy, I don't want to go back. I want to stay in Cornwall. I love my life in Cornwall." But we're going to give Ottawa a go for a few years and see how we get on. But this will always be here when we get back. But yeah, it's nice to be back. So in this little section of reeds here, got a little sedge warble in there, just scratching away. Beautiful. I think you probably won't be able to hear that. But trying to tune my ears back into the birds in the UK. Ah, beautiful. They're not the easiest birds, sedge warblers. They're quite skulky. Just calling away there in the deep vegetation here, just hoping they pop their heads up. There's one quite far off. Oh, there's one just there. There's quite a few here. Oh, lovely to see them though. Bit of handheld video there guys, bit sketchy, but yeah, onwards, see if we can find a maybe a bird of prey. That'd be good. Catch up with those resident European kestrels that are absolutely stunning. So guys, when transiting along cliff paths especially, as much as it's good along the hedgerows for a lot of the smaller bird species, it's always really good to check out along the coastal path, being careful where you step obviously, because this is really quite high here. Oh, I just see a swift going over. Apus apus, what a beautiful bird. Now there's breeding swifts along here, and you don't really get that many cliff dwelling swifts, certainly along the Cornish coast, much anymore. So it's nice to see. I see them here every year. I don't actually know where they are, but they are along here somewhere in this small stretch. But what I was trying to say is always check out a lot of rocky outcrops here as you're going along. Prominent positions for birds to perch on, especially birds of prey. So you've got some young crows over there just having a morning preen, waiting for some food to arrive. Had a little rock pipit then as well, just sitting on one. And we'll get kestrels, peregrines and other bird species as well. But it's one of those things to bear in mind really, just being careful, but having a look, say behind me here, you can see all these rocks here. Ideal place then to pick up some bird species as well. And one good thing is when you're along a coastal path like this, that if they are resident local birds, then they'll be quite habituated to the coming to go of people walking on the path. So as soon as you deviate off though, they'll take flight. But yeah, lovely. Not a soul about, not a siren aircraft. Yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I'm just getting close to where we get the resident kestrel. Little spot that they always seem to frequent. They must nest nearby. And they're quite close to a peregrine area, so they kind of keep that separation from the peregrine. I'm hoping we get to see them today. I don't think a year's gone by when I've never seen them here. So obviously quite successful. And it's not bird of prey heavy here. You've got peregrines, you've got kestrels, and you've got sparrowhawk. And you've got barn owl further in land, but they feed out towards the fringes of the cliffs. Not likely to see one of those today, but lovely wren singing there. Pretty hardy to be a coastal wren. So that wren is Troglodytes, which is, I think, the same as the winter wren in Canada. Of their 7 or 9 wren species. Yeah. Swamp wren, Carolina wren. I've got loads. They all look very wren-like. Right, we're getting close to the spot now, so I'm going to keep my eyes open and wits about me. So like anybody on their local patch, I know this bit of coastline like the back of my hand. I've lived here all my life, and I just noticed a crop of rocks with something on top. I thought, I don't recognise that. And I thought it was a bird, a falcon feeding on prey. With its back turned to me, it turns out that someone's put a crop of stones on top. Just there, on top. Amazing. So guys, I've just got to my peregrine stretch and I can hear them already making a right racket. Sounds like young birds begging, and I think I can see some at the distance, which is pretty amazing. I think they fledged. I think there's a few young there, and parents are out hunting. Now I can't get too close to peregrines. Protected bird here in the UK, and especially during the breeding season, although they have fledged by the looks of it. A friend of mine monitors them closely and they're doing rather well, but still I've no license this year, so kind of abide by it and just observe them from a distance. But it's fine now they've fledged and if they're on a rocky outcrop, but still I don't want to be flushing the birds, as always, guys. The message is always welfare of the birds. As soon as you start trying to creep in on the young birds, they then have to fly, find another perch, and it's just less energy wasted. And also, you know, they're kind of nicely tucked up on a rock and I come along and disturb them. It's never really ideal, but I can see them sitting on a rock. So if I can get a few distant shots, I'll be chuffed a bit. So the adult birds here, notoriously skittish, will never let me get anywhere near them. But the young birds will tolerate me a little. So I might see if I can just stick to the path. I can see one sitting on there, and hopefully I might be able to get a bit of a landscape shot, and that's not a bad landscape behind me there. Absolutely stunning. Right, I think it's already gone. But I've got a bit of a path to go across here, so I better be careful I don't go arse over tit. But yeah, I'm right, better concentrate. So guys, notoriously, I think the adult peregrines have warned the youngsters about humans, and I was on the coastal path and I was miles away and they'd already moved, and there was 2 of them sitting on the rocks. So I'm just literally off the path here. I've got my little Jitso Traveller tripod with me. Thankfully I've got the bracket so I can attach the lens, and I'm going to sit here and try my luck and see if those birds come back. Tucked behind a rock here. Seen a few gannets flying by as well, so set up here. See if we can get lucky, maybe with a peregrine coming in. Ideal little tripod this, just for things like this. Perfect. Here we go. Maybe we'll get lucky. No guarantees, but it's worth a go. If I can get the thing to sit properly. Well, that's as good as anything, I think. The chance of them coming to land here now, where I am, with their keen eyesight, is it's pretty unlikely. Having known these birds for a fair few years, they won't let me get anywhere near them, but I'm not really that fussed about, you know, concentrating on them today, unless they put on a massive show for me. But the last thing I want to do as well is start following them around the cliffs and just pushing them on. So just sit here, probably going to get a few of the birds flying by, so I might get some flight shots, maybe a little bit of slow-mo video. But I'm going to sit here. I've got a brew, so I haven't had a coffee this morning, so I'm going to crack on, have my coffee, sit back. Hopefully we'll get some stone chats, pipits and stuff like that moving through. This is a beautiful position here, guys, not only for the view you can see, but you know, a view there, absolutely stunning. We've just had a few gannets as well moving through, so that's also pretty nice. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some shots of those coming through as well. But it's a massive drop here. I would say probably a good 50 feet below me, maybe. So just got to go a little bit careful. But yeah, wonderful. Get the camera on and sit back, hope for the best. So guys, we've got the got 2 young peregrines. Looks like the hen and the tearsel youngster there. So yeah, they're just sitting on the rock, and I'm actually fairly close. Actually, I'm literally coastal path, just like 10 foot there, and I'm just hunkered down behind some campions here, some sea flowers. I'm shooting down on them. But I certainly am not going to go any closer than this. As soon as I start to scooch down lower, they'll just fly off, and it's just, they're in a lovely, lovely lit spot there with the sun coming on them. And hopefully we might get the adult birds coming in to feed. They look like they haven't long fledged, so I don't think they're hunting for themselves just as yet. One looks really quite scrawny though. The runty bird. I don't know how many there are. I think there's 3. So there's another one dotted around somewhere. But yeah, it's lovely just to sit here and spend some time with them and get a few shots of them as well. At distance, shooting down. But hey, you know. But fantastic. We're just chilling out, preening and cleaning down there. So yeah, just going to sit tight here. Hopefully the adult birds will come in. We may get a bit of food exchange, hopefully. Oh, lovely. So currently, guys, we've got the 2 falcons, young falcons, the young hen and the young tearsel bird, I think. Quite a lot different in size there. Female obviously being quite a bit bigger than the male. Just like exercising flight feathers, hopping around, doing a bit of scratching, just doing their thing. And moving along the stretch of their home, just rock to rock, sort of sitting down, preening, cleaning, bit of flying, resting up, you know, just doing the thing. So it's lovely to watch though. And I think there's probably a 3rd bird, a young in the nest, the youngest bird, still obviously getting fed by the adults. And the nest is way away from where I am at the moment, which is good. And don't want to obviously disturb those birds on the nest. So it's lovely just to watch them from a distance here. It's nice, that light, the sun's gone in a little bit, so it's not as bright now. So it's picking out some nice colours on the birds now. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So guys, I've had amazing top bit of action here at the moment, and the adult brought in some food for the young, and both the other hen, female, came down on top of the bird and they had a little squabble. I think they shared a bit of food, and then now they're just huddled up together. But it was fantastic to see the interaction there. I was shooting at quite low ISO, and I didn't have a fast shutter speed when the adult bird was bringing the food in, so sadly they aren't the great shots, but I've had some lovely interaction here with the birds, bit of behaviour. Now they're just chilling, relaxing, digesting. So just now pushing out the focus point to the furthest to the right, hoping to get a takeoff shot from the rocks. I don't know where the tearsel's gone. He's disappeared now, but it's the 2 young females now that are sitting on the rock. But it's been fantastic to watch. I'm in a nice position here. You know, beautiful bit of weather, and to see some interaction with these amazing falcons is just incredible. I mean, you know, being back here in the UK, and sadly I'm back in the UK to a 10-day a death in the family, but I managed to get out for the morning for 3 or 4 hours and make the most of the weather, and to get out and catch up with some of the local birds. But heading back to Canada in about 5 or 6 days' time for the big move to Ottawa. But yeah, it's amazing to be back here. I didn't expect to be back in Cornwall. But it's nice just to get out really and just get along the cliffs and really cleanse the soul here. Beautiful, that sun's really coming up now, and I'm going to be making a move here about sort of 9:30, so I'm not staying too late, but a nice early morning 5 o'clock start, get 4 hours in, which has been incredible. But yeah, fantastic with these birds, absolutely fantastic. just had an incredible view there of the adult bird coming in with some food for the two young. Absolutely fantastic. You know, I think I got some fairly good shots there, and that's probably the first time I've ever caught a image of a peregrine falcon bringing in food to the young. Absolutely fantastic on such a beautiful day. I really hope, guys, those pictures are as good as they look on the back of the screen, because I'm really happy with those. And just after the adult bird brought in the food for the two young, the third young arrived and has now joined them as well. And it's just moved off away from them. But yeah, fantastic, man. That is just awesome. I never expected today to be as lucky as that. My home is giving me a treat today, and I'm so grateful for it. I mean, that really is such a remarkable experience, really, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Superb. So I mean, I could quite happily go home now a happy man, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, the sun's coming up pretty high now, so it won't be long before I knock it on the head anyway and head back home. But managed to get a few flight shots as well of the birds coming past, and one of the birds got quite a full crop too. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, great to have the 1 to 5 today. Really is zipping along nicely and capturing those birds. Beautiful with depth of field with this lens. F7.1 pushing that to F8 with some good light today. It really is bringing that detail in. So let's hope those images are as good as they look on the back of the screen as they do on your screen at home, I hope. But right, back to it. So guys, just seen the kestrel. Absolutely fantastic in the usual spot that I see it hunting in, just along this walkway here. Kestrel's always hunting in this little patch, and it's just been perching on these rocks behind here. And I got some images, but it's quite heat hazy, but you kind of get the idea. But really nice to see the bird as well, and got it hovering too as well. So really nice. And thankfully it wasn't shooting. I wasn't shooting into the light. So yeah, well pleased with that. So great to see the kestrel as well today. Well guys, that was an absolutely fantastic morning. I wasn't really going to spend any time with the peregrines. I was going to see them, get a few shots, continue on, find the kestrel, a few more bird species, and then that's that. But I never expected to get such great views of the birds. Adult bird coming in to feed, the young, preening, wing stretching. Yeah, it was fantastic. It really, really was. It's good to see that all three have fledged the Eyrie, and they'll go on to be healthy, successful birds, all being well. But oh, it's been fantastic to be back in Cornwall. It really has. A right proper job, really. Good for the soul, good for me to escape the busyness of where I'm currently living in Canada. But I've got a few more days left in Cornwall, and I'm going to enjoy those. And I'm heading back now to go swimming with my boy in the sea, bit of snorkeling, bit of jumping off the pier in this beautiful Cornish weather. I think tomorrow is a bit of rain, so made the most of it today. But I really hope you enjoyed that, guys, as much as I did by being out along my local patch here in Cornwall, and the magnificent views of those amazing birds, peregrine falcons. I mean, who doesn't love those birds? The statistics have been proven in the dive, in the stoop, absolutely incredible speeds they reach. You know, phenomenal birds really, and lovely to see them here along the coast. But for me, in my beautiful local patch here in Cornwall, I'll see you all next time.